I think then I broke a new record today. I'm not only late a couple of minutes, I'm late 1 hour and 15 minutes. But here we are with my partner in crime, Elva, talking about face reading profiling. Hi, love. How you doing?
Oh, hi. I'm great. Yeah, but you know what? I think people know us. So things happen when you are doing plans and things, you know.
Yeah, this is my travel hat. I love to travel
And I
with
love it.
hats.
I was about to tell you. I like it.
No makeup, nothing. That's how
Oh,
I wake up in the morning. So I don't like to see myself in this lighting. So let's go to the presentation. Today we're going to talk about face reading profiling, something that everybody says that we are expert, like Psychology Today and Chicago Tribune. Not to brag about it, but everybody brag about things, but we're not going to brag about our
yeah.
things. So face reading profiling made it simple, three things you can read in 3 seconds in somebody else's face. And only to let you know, the first thing that Elba decided to learn when we started working together, when she was my mentee, is I want to learn face reading. And I says, nope, you're not ready. Nope, you're not ready. And one day she was correcting one of my presentations because most people doesn't know that you used to be my assistant. Not anymore. You're the CEO of the Latin American office and in charge of the behavioral unit of the company. So wow, quite a trip, my love, and 8 years anniversary that we're gonna have next month.
Woo. Yes.
One day he says, oh no, because I correct this presentation because the nose of the eyebrows and since when you know so much? And says, well, since you don't want to teach me, I start learning by myself. And that day I knew she's gonna be a badass profiler. So I'm so proud of you, my love.
Yes, I know. It's something that I don't know, but you know me, I'm stubborn. It's
Oh
if you
no,
said
really?
no, okay, that's my trigger.
Welcome to the club. Okay, let's gonna talk about if you know what you look for, a face is an open book. And I need to be honest. And when you say you need to be honest, it's because you lie. No, I don't know what is on the presentation. I just literally get on my club, in my cigar club. I grab one of the empty offices and I jump here. So bear with me. That's what happened when you land late and your plane having problems at O'Hara Airport. If you're not familiar
Oh,
with what happening in Chicago, it's like with Barry and snow. Okay, let's go to know what you can read in 3 seconds. Tell me, Elva, what you can read
yeah.
in 3 seconds. If you need, okay, from all the things that we need when we start doing face reading, the first thing that we tell people is what? Who's the first face
Okay,
they
the
need to
first
read?
thing you need to read is your face
Why?
because you need to know yourself. It's the first
That is
thing that you need
that
to
is
do.
not the reason we have therapy.
No, but you know what? You need to know what are your outcomes, how you process, how you communicate, how you process, and how you take the information. So when you understand who you are based on that, you start thinking about that things are not personal. Because that is one of the reasons that we teach face reading because it's not personal. It's not something against you. It's that's the way people are.
I completely agree. And today we're going to talk about single thinking styles, motivators, and decision speed. If you are, yesterday we talked about testosterone and how the testosterone level make you more aggressive
Woo.
and look dopamine stimulation and dopamine satisfaction by aggressiveness. Now we're going to see on the face how that can determine. And actually testosterone, this is not mambo jumbo. You can determine the level of testosterone for the length of the fingers. I didn't know. And actually, yeah, I'm going to show you. You and I, we have high levels of testosterone. No idea how and why, but we do have for the length of the fingers. We should talk about that too because it's science. I didn't know
Yeah.
it's science too. Okay, 3 songs, 3 clues, zero guesswork. How we divide the songs? You want to tell one, two, or three, or you want me to tell it? How you want to
No,
do
no, no.
since you're my co-pilot?
Okay, I'm going to start with one thing. When you're going to start measuring the zones, you need to be careful, because there's one thing: everything in the face, every feature, everything is proportional to the face that you are reading.
Thank God you say it, because they says, well, your nose is too big. To whom? Actually, my
compared
nose is
to
this.
what? So maybe
My
your
nose
nose
is
in
too
my
small.
face can be small or can be large. So this is something that you need to understand, that this is proportional to the face that you are seeing. And to determine the proportion of the face, that's why we teach the zones. Because when you start learning the zones, you need to measure from the forehead to the chin, not the double chin, the chin.
Yeah, let's clarify, because
Yes.
stop stealing my bad jokes. Start stealing my good ones, because it's an internal joke. But when we says, okay, how you measure the face? Well, from the tip of the head to the chin. And it says, when a bald guy, well, a bald guy is so intelligent, they go from the chin to the ass. But that is one of my bad jokes. And the second bad joke is measure the first chin, not the second one. So
Yes.
with this says, on the first or second chin is easy to determine, because you put the hand here, you can measure. Now, where do you know where the head? Now,
That was my next question to you.
so what happened with this is everybody have the horn devil 2 pointers. So if you touch your head, and actually with exercise and with expertise, you're gonna find out that you can find out where is the horns of the devil. They're the 2 points on the head.
Mhm.
This is where your cranius, your skull, things that I love and I collect, start. This is where your face is determined. So my hairline, since I'm menopause for my age, start going down, but my forehead hasn't changed the length. Actually, I think it changed a little the length, my bones. And by the way, bone structure change. Bone structure change.
And you know what?
How often the face change?
Every 7 years. That's the scientific
Epigenetics.
part.
Epigenetics of the face.
But there's one thing here. Even though I use it, I need to be honest. I use it to profile my
a lot of people says, when you says you be honest, actually you lying. So I'm gonna start mocking people who says that. Yeah.
No, but you know what? We tend to read faces from people under the age of 18, because it's under or above. I always make confused with that.
No. Above is arriba, below is
above.
abajo.
Sorry for that, because my dyslexia.
Hello, welcome to the club. One of the things that make you amazing, being dyslexic.
So we tend to read faces from people on the age of 18. Not less. Why? Because the change of the face of a kid is changing every time. It's the changes are more often, even though our faces from an adult change every 7 years. But that's why. But I need to know this. So.
But we read the faces of the babies when there's your babies. We have been keeping counting. So maybe one day your daughters are going to be seeing this, but we have been keeping reading faces of your daughters, and we know how the personality is going to develop for the features similar to what and the features they have. And we determine who is the stubborn, who is the more outgoing, who is the more brainiac, the nerd or the doer. We know since the day one, they have changed some features, but the zones are the one who have changed the less. I would say zones are pretty much set on stone. There are the proportion of the zones, but I would say zones is one of the things that doesn't change that often.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you with that. But you know what? I agree with you because I was seeing in my girls.
Oh yeah, poor girls. So one of the thing is, when you start reading faces, I'm gonna give you an advice that a mistake that I did when I was start reading faces. Wear sunglasses when you're gonna be watching people. People watcher is the most fun thing that I do with my friends. My friend says, I'm paying for the drinks if we're gonna do people watcher. But my advice is use dark glasses because you're going to start staring in faces like it's not tomorrow. The thinker, which one you want to go? Okay,
I'm going
why?
to.
Okay, what
Okay,
do
let's
I?
bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay, go, go, go. You said you did that, so it's all yours.
Yes. Okay. The thinker. This is the kind of personality that find ideas sexy. Knowledge are
Mm.
sexy for them. So this is the kind of person that they need all the information. They will not stop until they have everything. So they have a lot of mental energy. They are the process, how they process inside the information is logic, methodical, because they need all the structure of the things. You cannot skip step 1 from step 7 because there's going to be like, oh, wait a minute, this is not complete. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the pattern that they use. And there's something that you are going to see, because this kind of people is from the why. You need to give them the why. Even though the way they talk, they always use the word why. They always want to try to find the why of the things. So if you don't have the whole information, they are not going to get what you are saying.
So, one of the things that women and men now tend to erase all the time is the line on the forehead, the lines on the forehead.
No.
And in my case, I cannot use Botox. I need to be pissed off with this, yes, because I would like to fix a couple of things in my face. The only thing that I ever use Botox for is the 11s, the beach face syndrome, because I do this really often. You see, now you're not going to see it because it's the Botox. It's the only Botox I can use in my face because I use my face to teach others. But one of the things that people says, why don't you erase all that lines that you have in your forehead? Because I have a big forehead, and I don't want to brag about it, but I have a big zone 1. Even though it doesn't appear in my zone 2, it's super small. It's super small when you make the measurement. And it's 1, 2, and 1, 3, and 2. Is these are called Einstein lines. Why? More lines you have, more intelligent you are. Now, the amount of lines and how those lines are drawn in your forehead, they're different. They can go horizontal, they can go vertical, they can go angle, they can go straight. They're different way the lines. So wrinkles is something that you read on top of the zones, but we're not going to talk about that because that is the things that we teach you and calculating success and in face reading profiling. But only to let you know that when you disagree with your wrinkles, actually you are disagreeing with your beautiful fucked up brain. And I love mine, so I'm going to keep it that way.
It's the map of your face.
It's the map of your actually, I think it's a map of your knowledge and experience. You know, the life experience of the people from the forehead and the lines on the lips. Only to let you know, I was a smoker for a long, long, long time. I never have a smoking lines. When I was going through my divorce, I have smoking lines going from the tip of the lower part of the nose to the chin. As soon as I left I don't have pictures. I think I only one have in my old passport. I need to show you. So I have lines that cross from the lower part of the nose to the chin. As soon as I left the old town where I used to live with him, and I left him and I signed my divorce and I felt relief, those lines left my face, disappeared without any kind of treatment, and I don't have any more lines. You know me, Elba know me, that see me that way. I don't have any more. So lines and wrinkles, they can disappear not because you have made a treatment, it's because sometimes it's a reflection. It's happened when somebody is doing a keto diet, or they stop eating sugar, or they stop drinking, or they stop smoking. The texture of the face, you can see the faces of people who have done heroin or heavy drugs.
Do you remember that we were I was looking, because I love to look for pictures for every presentation that we have, and I just looked the picture and I found what I need, what I need, and I just put the picture in the presentation. But you remember that one time I put the picture and you said, this person maybe was in the Auschwitz
Oh
survivor.
yeah.
Remember that? And I said, and I start searching for that person, and yes, that person was on Auschwitz. And why? Because the lines of the face.
Yeah, the lines on the face has to do only with trauma. And it happened to me, a friend that oh, I wish I can tell the story. Anyway, we were going to University Basket Club. And after that, we went for happy hour with the people there because I didn't know anybody on the group. And we were on the table and I says, hey, I almost says his name. That woman lost a kid or had cancer. And he's like, how do you know that
Mhm.
she lost a kid? She lost her son 10 years ago, and says, and the husband is in denial, she's still mourning. It says, okay, Susan, I know you for 10 years. How the heck you know? And I describe, but basically were the lines of the face and disappearance of the lips.
Mhm.
Anyway, because everything is late today, I'm going to be late today. I have only 17 minutes. Sorry. Anyway, we're not going to finish in 17 minutes. I moved the other meeting to 10 minutes. So let's recap. Mental energy, logic first, processing needs the why before the what. So when your kids are saying why, don't complain. Because when you eliminate the why, you eliminate the knowledge part. They don't rush, they analyze. And
Mhm.
we have pictures. You want to go for the first one? What you
Right.
want to
Now,
tell me
now,
about?
because I was in the first one, now it's your turn.
And now you're giving orders. Who has ¿Quién te ha visto y quién te ve? Joder, tío.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk. I've been with Spanish and Italian people all weekend. So okay, he have a big son one. Can you see the reflections? I don't know how the StreamYard allow you to draw on the no, because it's PDF. It's not allowing us. You see, we should have checked that because the fun we usually do it in Zoom that we can do, and when we can teach we do different. Okay, can you see the tips? The okay, if you look on the picture, I'm gonna take us off the screen so people don't get distracted with this one. Okay, can you see the light reflection on the two corners of the side of the forehead? Can you see that reflection? If you measure when the reflection kind of end is when the head ends. And I can see you, Elba, trying to get the head inside the screen. You know
Yeah.
that is a long forehead. Okay, one of the things that happen when you do this for a long time, sometimes it's difficult to explain why. We talk about that the cognitive overload. We talk about the brain fart yesterday. We tend to incorporate information and make it an everyday life. If you
Mhm.
ask me how you can profile a person for 10 minutes with a 40-second conversation, I don't know, no idea. Doesn't make sense? No, doesn't make sense to anyone. What are you using if you're not reading the faces? Because I learn it all the channels and you are learning all the channels
Mhm.
too. So what I'm saying is it's difficult to understand why we see that, but believe us, this is a long forehead. It's a really
Yeah.
well-defined zone one. If you need to pay attention to anything about these men, is there is a zone one. Now, we haven't sent, I'm tired. I fly all night. But you get too excited. No, but seriously, we forgot to say where they start and where they end.
Oh wow. Ah.
Uh, okay.
Yeah. We have that.
Duh. Wake up. You see, my son one is asleep. Okay. Son one is where the forehead is start, is in the two devil's horns, is ended up on the top of your eyebrows. So if your eyebrows is really pointy, and that is where your forehead is going to be ending. Now the zone two is going to start in where the zone on one ended, that is in the top of the eyebrows and in the tip of the nose. So you need to be careful with the noses that are drawn back together. You need to follow the tip. Actually, if you see and remember and visualize all the witches of Hollywood, you're going to see all of them have a tip long nose. Why? Because you're going to see that is where we hold the emotions. When I see a person with long nose, guess what? I don't want to have a coffee. I don't want to have a client. I don't want to date it. I don't even want to take the elevator with a person like that. Nothing wrong, love, but you're wearing the feelings and your sleep. And the zone 3 is on the tip of the nose and the first chin or the second chin, Elba. We
The
need to
first
stop.
one. First one.
Funny, you are not. I was told a long time ago. I don't know why I keep insisting. So with this says, we're the zone 1 and finish, depending how you're going to measure with the eyebrows. You see, he is okay. He's a feeler, thinker, doer. What is the first one? It was the second one. Oh, come on, it's easy.
You ask me to me or to the people so they can participate?
As to the people, I'm going to say it. This is a person that is conflicted with his emotions all the time. Why? Take the class. Do you think that?
Yeah, that was for the class. So this is something that you are going to have just to have a quick read. But if you want to go deeper, you need to go to our class.
And actually, it kind of makes sense. One of the things that we love about face reading is that counterintuitive. Again, God, too much Italian this weekend. Counterintuitive. So actually, when you start learning things and start making sense. Now, she have a long forehead. You see with this, good call on the pictures, Elba. Really good call because she did all the presentation. And again, I was coming to the club and like, Elba, send me the slides. I don't know what we're going to be talking. I'm late for everything. No internet, nothing. I'm going to get on the club, try to get a room. I got a room that was super noisy. We need to change to another room now. Yeah. It was mess. And like, oh my God, I need to upload the presentation. No idea where we're talking. Good call. Congratulations. She is a long forehead. Long zone 1. It makes sense, guys? Somebody drew me something.
You know what? When we talk about this and you start seeing this kind of features in the faces of the people, you cannot stop on seeing it. So it's like something, and that's why Susan advised to use sunglasses, because sometimes you can get in trouble just watching people because, yeah.
Remember the man who gave me a lady's call down in 925 silver? He was sitting on the subway next to me on the Bluetooth, it sounds like, and the blue line uses tube in Europe for the subway. And I was sitting next to him and I saw an envelope that it was addressed to a divorce lawyer that I know because I used to work with him. And he's, they call it not the wolf. I think they call it the Doberman, worse. And it says, that is your lawyer or your wife lawyers? My wife lawyers. Like, do you really want to get divorced? Like, why? And I read his face and says, do you have a picture of your wife? And I read her face and it says, okay, this is what you need to do. The relationship still have possibilities. This is the problem that you have in communication. He sent me to our PO box, Doreen, and he never gave me the address back to say thank you, but he make a lady's call in silver as a gift because he went back with his wife. He have not only the widow's peak, that is, you see the pointy, actually Marilyn Monroe have the same. The best actors that I have ever seen, Jack Nicholson, Meryl Streep, this one I forgot the name, Marilyn Monroe, they have the widow's peak. And actually it's people with a high IQ. Do you know that Marilyn Monroe have 5 more points IQ than Einstein? She played dumb.
She played dumb.
Never judge a book for the cover. Read the first chapter. He is super intelligent, and the widow's peak make them super computer. The feeler.
Oh my God.
It's yours. Good luck.
Okay. First of all, how you measure if someone...
Wait. Let's clarify something. This is where the money is. My sales reps, my closers, my car dealership, my realtors, my lawyers, who else we work? Insurance company, all that people that is work with us in a strategy and data analysis and data broker with us. And when it says you need to go for the nose, a thing for the nose, this is where you need to be paying attention. If you're in sales, and you need to exchange, you do anything transactional where you need to evaluate the other person, please pay attention what lovely Elva is going to explain, because this is the personality that I get away like, nope, it's not for me.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
yours.
First of all, how you know that when the zone it's more, it's bigger. So, like Susan said, you measure from here, when the end of the eyebrows to the tip of the nose. That is the size of the zone 2. This kind of personality, they tend to be ambitious. They look for the money. They have that nose that can smell the money, so they are good on that. But
Maybe that's the reason we are not rich, because we have a small nose.
mine, it's really small. So yeah, so mine is really small.
But that's the reason why I hired you initially, because your nose tell me that you're stubborn like a mule. You're gonna keep doing things until you find the right way to do it and better way to do it. And like,
Oh yeah.
damn, this woman is gonna save all my PDF.
No, I cannot stop. And these people, they put more in the quality in the status. For them, it's more like not the quantity, but the quality. These people, you are going to see them every time that you see them dress, even though you don't like it, you don't like the style, they have impeccable. Everything is really good. They tend to combine.
They can be flashy. They can be flashy too. We have the all money,
And then
impeccable lady.
that's why I'm putting this.
And you have Kim Kardashian. If you see Kim Kardashian, she's super flashy. She's all Gucci head to toe. Most people don't know, but you know that their brands, they pay people not to wear their clothing. When I was working a long time ago, like seculars ago, in Milan, in the fashion industry, that's what this is. Okay, we need to contact X and Y, so they stop using the clothing Y, because we don't want to be related to them.
Yes, that's why I'm putting this. Even though if you don't like it, they tend to be fashion. They like that, portray that. And the other part is they are social and emotional drivers. They take things personal. So for them, even though it's like, oh, that is so emotional, you broke my heart. So this
okay, I'm gonna cut you. I love to do this in private, guys. So this is more. Somebody once says this show look like more fun for you guys than the visitor. Like, duh. I think if you don't find out this until now, you're in the wrong channel. How do I know if a person is emotional, a feeler, or a thinker or a doer for the words they use in a phone call? I make it easy. I could tell you. Tell me how on the phone call, but I give you the words.
I feel. They tend to use that word. I feel. Everything is feeling. So it's when you start hearing people, because that's another thing. When you start learning all the channels, you start putting your sense maximize. So when you start listening to people and you start listening, they are repeating certain type of words, it's like, okay, I feel. That's one.
We have done events together with Elva, and we have done trainings where we says the people like, okay, I need somebody behind the scene. I don't know who the person is going to be. Start talking, and we start not drawing the face. Drawing the face, we start writing certain particular features on the face, and it's kind of mind-blowing how accurate you can be with this.
Mm-hmm. I like what you do. Remember, I do the face reading, like seeing the person, and Susan does the face reading, just listening to the person.
The devil knows we're being older, being the devil. Honey, I've been doing this since I'm 17, turning 54 in less than a month. Shoot. Let's talk about something else. Okay. So they can be flashy. They're emotional. Now, the good news about this is you know that the person is going to be emotional. The bad news with this is you're stuck with that person if you need to be talking with that person. But if you know that person is going to be emotional, when you need to give a feedback, when you need to hire, when you need to selling, when you need to be buying, when you need to do a breakup, I have friends that says, how do I break up with this person? Like, oh God, a lot of tissue paper. Bring a lot of this because you're gonna need it. Why? It's gonna be an ocean of tears. Okay, and I have exactly, if I tell you I have 3 minutes and we're not gonna make it, don't kill me. Okay, you go with Lady Gaga.
So you can see, and that's how Susan was saying. This, if you think about her, how you see her, how she portrays herself, it's, for her it's fashion. Sometimes for me it's something that I'm not agree with, but for her it's fashion, and she's kind of she knows where is the money.
She have the fine. She made a brand for be a disruptor. Madonna did the same. A lot of people compare her with Madonna and she get pissed off. It's true. Madonna was Madonna in the 80s and Lady Gaga is Lady Gaga on the 2000s. But respect, chapeau, respect, because she learned how to use that as a gift.
Yes.
Oh God.
I know, but you know me.
Why? You did it on purpose. You did it on purpose, no? Because I don't like her.
Yes.
I don't know her. So let's put it this way. I don't know her. She have things on the face that doesn't make me trust her. That's the problem when you become witchcraft tendency. It's not what other people says. It's nothing. I don't like it since she was working in Suits. I think in this series in Canada.
Yeah, I watched that series. See.
I would say like when she show up and like, I have a problem with this woman. That's when you learn to do face reading.
Yeah, and just by the way, like Susan said, is the only channel, the only one that you can do a reading just from the picture.
Yes, sir. Okay. By the way, the meeting that we have next is because we hire an agency because anyway, we're not gonna reveal what happened. Oh my God, talking about Kardashian. Actually, I didn't know that.
That's why I didn't want to say anything when you talk about her, and I was like, okay, just wait for the pictures.
Sometimes you scare me to death at how much alike we think. I was talking about the Kardashian because she's one of the biggest symbols when we talk about the old money, new money, and the long nose. You want to sell a Kardashian? Check on her nose.
Yes.
Okay, the doer. I'm gonna do that. Guess why I'm gonna do that?
No.
What I'm gonna do that? Because I'm a doer. Only to let you know, I have a wood shop. One of the reasons that I bought my house on the beach is because I have a 3-car garage with a huge wood shop actually built on. I cut wood, I refurbish furniture, I like doing. I have done sheetrock, electrical, plumbing, remodeling, bathroom. I love to do that. During the pandemic, it was happy hour for me. Why? You see how long is mine? How small is my nose? My small, and my big, like bigger. I go and do it.
That's another way you can measure
but you cannot stand a table. Even your life depend on it.
I didn't have the time, but I will do it. You know me.
When the last time she came to visit my house, I says, "Hey, I need to finish sanding this table for one of the guest bedroom." And she says, "Oh, I'm gonna do it." She was like,
"Oh, I get so excited."
Speed up. Actually, she asked for her husband to give her on the anniversary a pink hammer. And like, you must be kidding. No, I asked for a pink hammer. When she laughed, it's true. You see, we're laughing. Okay. They like action, impulse, fix mode. Let's not go there because if we go into the pink hammer, this is going to be a rabbit hole. We're never going to finish. They don't what they move. Why? They are ambitious. They're impulsive, fixed mode, and they don't wait. They move. Elba, give me 3 categories or 3 bullet points.
Because they do before think or feel. They just go in. Okay, you need to finish this task. Okay, let's do it. Let's move on. They don't like to wait.
And another thing, when we talk about testosterone, you can know on the face the level of testosterone for the length of the zone 3 and the size of the chin. A big chin, I have a big chin, long zone 3. I'm kind of bitchy, kind of if you want to try to be nice. Why? Because I have testosterone, and I'm well made and trained by people who doesn't
And
apologize,
stretching.
neither stretching, and neither give you too much chances. But what happened with these people tend to have more testosterone, they to be more stubborn, and people tend to think they don't have any feelings. They do have empathy, they do have feelings, but they go fixing. There are fixers. So if you get bothered because people tell you what to do, it's not they're trying to be getting in your nose. They're fixers. They don't know what else to do.
You know what?
That's how they do it.
There's something that we always bring here. It's about empathy. Because if you find a person that you are telling the story, you want to cry and whatever, and this person tells you like, okay, what do you need to do to get out of this thing? It's like, but I need you to listen to me. But this person is going to keep pushing to make things to make you feel better.
Yeah,
Check
and
out
people
the
is
tone.
gonna pull back. So be careful if you're kind of that kind of personality and people pull back. Check your chin. Nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is a person. Now you can see the length. Now you start seeing,
Mhm.
no? Okay. Oh God. Yeah. We're not gonna. Okay. I drawed so much to talk
Obvio.
about. Okay. We can do an hour and a half with his face. We should do. We're gonna do a tongue. What is the name of? Oh my God.
Él es, ay, no es Tom Cruise, ese es, ¿cómo se llama? Tom
No.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Tom something else. Again, you remember when we said, I love a small nose. Hey, dear love, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you. You're coming from YouTube. So yeah, this face can give us an hour and a half to read it. He
Oh my
have
God.
beautiful features. Now, when they're put together, the danger. That's
That's
another thing.
okay, that's another thing, because
It's a puzzle.
yes, we are teaching you the feature, each one
Separated.
separated.
Okay, I need to be honest. I propose nose, ears, and son, and Elva says, frick no. There's no way we can teach those three things together. And she was right. I was completely wrong. She was right. Because the only thing that I would say is that you can do independently for the rest of the face, it's sounds. You were right. If we were to go to noses and ears, it would be a disaster. Sounds is the things that you need to do. I would say this is the kind of show that you need to repeat and repeat and repeat, and using the computer to measure, you're going to find out what we're saying. She have, beside like a doer, she's kind of bulldoggy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was a pusher.
Yes.
If I would have chose to have a BS boss once, I would like to have been working for him. I have worked with people that are
Why?
pushy and assholes, but no. He saw in people things the other people don't see themselves, and they push them to the cliff. And guess what? Not only he pushed them to the cliff, he only walked them to the cliff. When they says, I'm not ready, oh, too late. He pushed them to the cliffs. Everybody who worked with him says it was the worst human being I ever met. But I can work in whatever with whomever I want to work, because when you says you survive him, you can do whatever. If he keep you on the team, is because you must has been really, really exceptional good.
Yes, and you know what? You are
No. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Too short. Nope. Nope.
You are a fixer.
Don't make me look good in front of people. Don't ruin my reputation.
You push people. You go. You move forward because you have a big zone 3. And put it in this way. I just want to tell you something. There's nothing wrong to have 1, 2, or 3. Which one? It's the biggest one.
We make fun. Okay. We need to make fun of something. If it's not us. Let's clarify.
Yes, it's, you know what? This is a way to know how you can complement your team, how you can complement your partner, how you can complement your family, how everyone has
what is important for them Monday morning and what is important for them Friday night. So the first thing you need to ask and the last thing you need to ask before you go to like, hey, have a great weekend. How do adapt in 3 seconds? All yours.
Okay, just to recap. If you see a person with zone 1, give all the information. Zone 2, connect emotionally. In zone 3, just give it the summary and be clear. That's it.
How we never leave, why we always late and we never finish on time? Why does this matter to you? Okay, because, and that is the recap: better communication, better decisions, less frustration, a stronger relationship, a smart leadership, and safe interaction. Burned out, we are not a candle. You're not burned out. You don't have emotionally safety. When you don't feel safety emotionally, you are a mess. My 6 cats were supposed to be put to death because they have behavioral problems. Yeah, be my guest.
Yeah.
What you need to remember, every phase reveals how, not who. Remember, and that is a great phrase. It come up from Elva, lovely brain. Every phase reveals how, no who. Adapt your communication to the zone. When is doubt, match their processing style. And I know you want to know more. I know you want to learn more, because that's where there was one of the shows that always we do. We have the majority of the people. This is my LinkedIn. This is where I reply to my communication. I have people doing my media, but I'm the person who write the articles. By the way, I need to write the one for tomorrow. I haven't finished. So I answer the messages, I put like, make the comments, and I reply to the private messages. And the way I don't have a ghostwriter, I write all my articles. Why? Because I care. To me, this is painful. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And do it right for me is to do it with Elva. God, yes. Lord, it's going to be 8 years in January. By the way, we're going to be close in January 15 to, December 15 to January 12th. The live, oh, by the way, we're going to have former CIA, former serial killer, BI unit from the FBI. We have hypnotists from the next 10 days. This is going to be running, because guess what? People start seeing the live and like, oh, guys, look like you haven't a lot of fun. Can we jump? Like, come on. We want more and more the merit. So, I realize I'm matching my belt. How weird. I'm matching my... So anyway, love, I adore you guys. Thank you very much for being here. Remember, go back to the video. I know we talk about a lot of bullshit. We have fun doing this. It's lunchtime. I lost my flight yesterday. Today my flights get delayed, but guess what? Still there we are here because we have fun with you. Learning is a process as an adult that can be a pain in the neck. Why not to make it fun? We hope you keep enjoying the lunch together. That's how I should have called it. And let's see what we come up tomorrow. We haven't had a production meeting yet.
But that's why they need to keep an eye of our media, because there's going to be, like you said, we have guests here. So just keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and let's see what we're going to see tomorrow. That's Elva and I will depend on the comments and what you ask. Love, love, love. I don't know if you realize, but Elva have blue hair.
Yes.
She said, 8 years, congrats. Yeah, she is the best. She's my little Smurf.
Oh, yeah.
Love you. Bye, guys.